Welcome to The Explainer. Now look, if you're a busy executive, a founder, or running a team right now, I know I don't need to tell you that AI is a powerful tool. You already know that. But today, we're going to completely shift how we look at it. We're moving away from treating AI like, just some basic chat interface you play around with occasionally. Instead, we're going to focus on how to build it into a highly scalable, fully automated business system. We're literally talking about taking those mind-numbing, repetitive tasks right off your plate, so you and your team can get back to focusing purely on growth. Sounds pretty good, right?
All right, let's just dive right into the agenda for this executive briefing. We've got 6 parts today. 1. The AI system's advantage. 2. Manual versus automated workflows. 3. Real business automation examples. 4. Scaling with content workflows. 5. No-code automation tools. And 6. Building your first system. Okay, let's get into it. Section 1. The AI system's advantage. To truly grasp the return on investment we're talking about here, we first really need to get on the exact same page. We need to establish a shared language around what these systems actually are and why they matter to your bottom line.
So, let's look at these 2 definitions, because they're really the foundation of everything we're doing today. First, a workflow. That's simply a sequence of steps used to complete a task. And automation? That's making those tasks happen automatically with minimal human effort. When you combine them, when you build an AI workflow, you're effectively removing all that repetitive grunt work from the human plate entirely.
And here's the absolute crucial point I want you to remember. People who build systems grow faster than people who only work manually. It's that simple. It is literally the fundamental secret to true business scalability. Manual effort, well, that's bottlenecked by the hours in a day, right? But AI systems, they run 24/7.
Moving right along to Section 2, Manual versus Automated Workflows. Let's actually visualize what this massive production speed increase looks like in everyday practice, side by side.
Okay, picture this scenario. You're putting together some marketing content. On the manual side, the old way, you're grinding through every single step. You've got to think of the idea, draft the script totally from scratch, write the thumbnail text, the description, the captions. It's exhausting. But look at the AI workflow. You just provide the initial idea, and the AI steps in to generate all those assets instantly. It's a lightning-fast path right to hitting publish.
But listen, the true ROI here isn't just about raw speed. Yes, for sure it saves a ton of time, but more importantly, it conserves your team's energy and radically reduces mental effort. When you're tracking the key performance metrics of your new systems, that's what you need to measure: reclaimed cognitive bandwidth. That's what actually allows you to focus on high-level strategy.
Section 3, Real Business Automation Examples. Now, theory is great and all, but let's ground this in concrete, daily business operations.
Let me just pose this question directly to you right now. How does this actually scale a business? If AI can draft a video script, that's cool, but how does that translate to scaling your wider corporate operations?
Well, think about the overhead these specific daily actions are costing your company right now. Replying to common customer queries, sending out invoices, managing new leads, constantly posting content. Every single time a human has to manually execute one of these steps, it is costing you time and money. These are the exact repetitive tasks that are absolutely ripe for immediate automation.
For instance, consider this customer support workflow. Imagine this seamless journey. A customer asks a common question. Instead of a highly paid support agent typing out the exact same response for the 100th time, the AI generates the correct reply, and the system sends it instantly. Your staff didn't even have to lift a finger for a totally routine inquiry.
Or how about this lead management workflow? A prospect fills out a form on your site. Instantly, and securely, mind you, because these systems can be built to strictly follow your specific data security protocols, the data is stored in your CRM, and a reminder is immediately fired off to the sales team. Boom! No manual data entry, no human error, and absolutely zero valuable prospects falling through the cracks.
So the bottom line here is crystal clear. Implementing these AI workflows saves significant time, money, and employee effort. By drastically reducing that manual overhead, you are creating massive long-term cost savings. And honestly, this is exactly why AI automation skills are becoming incredibly valuable out there in the market.
All right, Section 4, Scaling with Content Workflows. Let's look at a highly visible area of business growth, content creation, where having ultimate workflow consistency is absolutely vital. If you really want to scale your marketing, you need this 5-step process. First, you just ask the AI for idea generation, like, give me 10 concepts from my industry. Then, the AI handles script creation, writes the captions, and brainstorms thumbnail ideas.
Finally, automated scheduling takes over. Modern marketing teams aren't scaling today by burning the midnight oil. They are using this exact workflow to produce massive amounts of consistent content in hours instead of weeks.
Which brings us to Section 5, No-Code Automation Tools. Now, I know what some of you are probably thinking right now. I don't have the budget for some massive IT overhaul. Well, let's go ahead and completely dispel that myth.
You absolutely do not need to know how to code to start building these systems. Look at these incredibly accessible platforms: Zapier, Make, Notion AI, Google's automation tools. These are visual, drag-and-drop, no-code tools. They empower literally anyone. I'm talking freelancers, managers, executives to effortlessly connect different apps together and create powerful, automated sequences.
And what's so fascinating here is just how simple the logic is. You just set up a trigger and an action. So a Google form is filled out, right? The tool automatically sends that data over into a spreadsheet. Then an AI reads that new data, creates a helpful little summary, and an email notification with that exact summary is instantly sent to your inbox. It's incredibly straightforward logic that lets your apps talk to each other seamlessly without writing a single line of code. No way you need an engineering degree for this.
Okay, Section 6, Building Your First System. We've talked about the what and the why. Let's actually transition to the how with a practical, step-by-step roadmap.
Now, before you even touch a single piece of software, you have to audit your own daily friction. I want you to ask yourself these 3 vital questions today. What do I repeat every single day? What takes unnecessary time? And what can be simplified? Identifying those specific bottlenecks is step 1 to pinpointing your very first automation targets.
And the absolute best strategy here is to establish a phased timeline. Please do not try to build some massive cross-departmental system on day 1. Instead, suggest a pilot program. Test the efficiency gains in just one department first. Try setting up an AI email drafting tool or a daily task planning sequence. Get some quick wins. Once your team is comfortable with these simple daily pilot tasks, then you can confidently phase into scaling them across wider, company-wide systems.
And I really want you to absorb this quote. Automation is not about replacing humans, it is about removing repetitive work so humans can focus on important decisions. When you are training your staff on these new systems, this is the core message you have to embrace and share with them. The whole goal of implementing AI workflows is elevating human potential. We want to free your team from robotic tasks so they can apply their unique creativity and strategic thinking.
And that really brings us to the ultimate takeaway of this explainer. The future belongs to those who know how to build workflows, not just those who occasionally ask a chatbot a random question. Don't just use AI as a parlor trick. Build systems with AI. Start auditing those repetitive tasks today. Build that very first pilot workflow and watch as it completely transforms your operations. You'll unlock unprecedented scale, productivity, and freedom. So, my question to you is, what system are you going to build first?